Hello everybody, this is Simon with Let's Play Mega Man Dr. Wily's Revenge. This time, without further ado, we're going to take on Iceman, in what is certainly the shortest level of the first four, and also the worst in my opinion. Mostly due to the fact that, hello Blader, the ice physics are terrible. You slide an insane amount of distance, and this is the first Mega Man game which I've played for you, where jumps do not cancel the momentum. Look at this shit. And whoop, I still got up here because I still had a little speed left inside of me. Absolutely terrible. Also, I seem to be very bad at hitting the button at the right time for Thunder Beam, and you see that? I should have flown over there, but getting the weapon power up in the middle of my jump actually cancelled my momentum going forward. Which is kind of bad, like here for example you could see it too, or upward rather, when you're over a pit. So why doesn't the Susie die in time? Well, contrary to the first Mega Man game, the hitbox of Thunder Beam is now suddenly very consistent. Which means that if an enemy is not touched by the beam itself, then it will not get any damage. It will still get continuous damage while and here again you can see how really royally you can screw yourself over when getting power-ups in mid-air is not a fun bug to have. At least I think it's a bug. It really should not happen. The Thunder Beam is just not that good because of that reason. You can really easily miss with it. And then again, if you have a weapon that is just moving slower and stays inside the enemies longer and deals far more continuous damage, like, for example, the absolutely amazing Rolling Cutter, you're just far better served with it, which is why I'm switching to it. The jump I just did, by the way, a real pain, because you can easily bonk your head on the ceiling. There are worse, but I do not like it that much. So, another new gimmick. The ice blocks we've already seen and we won't see them again. It's the icicles falling down from the ceiling, and they are for some reason not slippery, though I do guess the reason is that it would be an insane pain if they were. This room is kind of tricky, especially because it's really hard to position yourself correctly for the first jump up here, and then to not bonk your head on the ceiling you have to be very quick. Asshole jump, by the way. And as you're leaving the ladder, you will have full speed immediately when touching the ice, so the quirky physics will make you slide away instantly and very far. Not fun. As I said, the physics for the ice are really bad, and I'm glad we won't see much more of them, but I think that we will see them later. Sadly enough. So, this is already the last part of the level, as I said, very short, fortunately enough. And it is also quite a pain, because edging forward to make these jumps, which are not that easy as they appear, especially because of the ice, because you have to stop dead in your tracks for these assholes to not hit you, which is even more fun when you're just using the Buster. Yeah, you can very easily slide off here, because, as I said, jumps do not cancel momentum. It's very hard to stop dead in your tracks. Come on. Want at least a little opportunity to get an extra health up? Wouldn't happen, but anyway. The boss will kill me in 3 hits. Regardless, because unlike Alec Man, Iceman didn't get his damage adjusted, sadly enough. He also didn't really get the fight adjusted. This is still all he does, with one exception, moving forward, which is actually very tough to deal with in the constrained space you have. Let me tell you, this fight, I make it look relatively easy, but I hate it. The hitbox on these things is still huger than you'd expect, and dealing with the ice physics while running away from him and jumping over those without, as I said again and again, the jumps cancelling your momentum is an absolute pain in the ass. I have no idea how I did so well this time. All my test recordings, well, weren't that nice to me, but this time, fairly okay overall. I wouldn't really call it fun though. The only saving grace for the level itself is, as I've said already, that it is very short, and so you don't have too many opportunities for the ice to fuck you over. That last part though, and the jumps in it, a complete bitch, and I did show off the checkpoint. You will always restart there. Not fun. Thank you very much for your attention.